Hey there! I'm about to walk you through my secret to churning out a polished set of social clips from a single idea. All without needing a fancy camera crew or wasting entire days editing. Seriously, this entire high-quality process takes just 3 AI tools, my trusty laptop, and about 10 minutes of focused thinking time. If your goal is to make content consistently, but you absolutely dread the typical production grind, then stick around, because this method is a total game changer for you. All right, the absolute first step in this streamlined system is nailing down the script itself. I always start with the words because a single, powerful line has the ability to elevate even the simplest visual into something that feels incredibly premium. For this process, I jumped straight into ChatGPT and asked it to generate a brief, punchy script that was designed to run for about 10 to 12 seconds and feel really high energy and product forward. My actual prompt was, essentially, write a 10-12 second high energy video script promoting a lifestyle product. Make it zippy, youthful, and highly visual. And here's where you can really go deep. Name the product, define its specific vibe, and pepper in some sensory words like zesty or velvety if that fits your brand. I needed a piece of content that could pull double duty, working both as an introduction clip and a very quick attention-grabbing social short. ChatGPT quickly provided a few solid options. And then I just quickly polished one of those outputs to sound precisely like my own voice and style. Remember the rule for social. Keep the script exceptionally tight, because those short, sharp hooks are what truly win the battle on platforms like TikTok and Reels. Moving on to the next stage, which is all about getting those crucial visuals, since I didn't have a real product photo shoot lined up. I leveraged an AI image generator to create a couple of my hero shots, one being a crisp close-up of the product's container and another of a model actually holding it. If maintaining brand consistency is a big deal for you, you can actually upload your logo or even a general mood board to help guide the generator's inspiration. The key to usability here is being hyper-specific in your text prompt. Mention gender, age range, skin tone, the exact pose, lighting setup, and the desired facial expression. These small details are what ultimately give you images that actually feel professional and ready for real-world use in your marketing. Once the static images were ready, the next fun step was transforming them into actual motion using a straightforward image-to-video tool. Think of this as a sneaky way to fake an entire micro-commercial without ever needing to touch a physical camera or set up lights. You can easily introduce dynamic elements like the bottle spinning midair, perhaps some celebratory confetti, or even a slow, dramatic reveal of the product. This synthetic motion is fantastic because it instantly layers a huge amount of perceived production value onto your final output. A crucial tip here is to be incredibly precise in that motion prompt, because these AI tools can be surprisingly picky about instructions. I specifically requested things like lime slices, a sudden water splash, and a midair spin for the first clip, wanting maximum impact. For the model shot, I prompted for a gentle handheld camera wobble, warm backlighting, and a very soft, genuine smile to capture that authentic feeling. After hitting generate, you just wait a few minutes, review the results, and then download the motion clips that truly fit your vision. Now we get to the assembly phase, which is where most creators unfortunately tend to get bogged down and start feeling the grind again. This is precisely the point where the editing tool, Vizard, truly starts to shine in this automated workflow. Instead of me manually handling every cut, trim, and tagging action, I simply imported all those raw, newly created clips into the Vizard platform. But here's the crucial distinction. Vizard isn't just a basic editor. It's an intelligent AI designed to spot the best moments within longer footage and instantly create bite-sized, platform-optimized clips for you. Even if you only have several short clips like I did, Vizard excels at stitching them together. Though it's even more powerful when batch clipping from a single long source file. First practical thing I did was set the project aspect ratio immediately to vertical, since this specific batch was engineered for TikTok and Instagram Reels. Vizard offers smart presets for every common format. Think square, 9:16, or standard 16.9, and you can toggle overlays to ensure nothing important gets accidentally hidden by platform UI. That small detail about safe zones saves you an enormous amount of frustrating rework later on when you think the shot is perfect. Time to bring back that script. I copied the entire text block and utilized Vizard's built-in text-to-speech feature to generate the AI voiceover. I chose this route because I wanted the final ad to sound incredibly polished and perfectly consistent across every single clip in the series. While you absolutely have the option to record your own narration or even clone a voice, the default built-in voices are surprisingly clean for quick social media tests. After pasting the script, you can preview a few different speakers. Select the one that sounds the most natural for your context, tweak the pacing slightly, and then generate the audio track. Now, congratulations, you officially have both the necessary visuals and the corresponding voiceover track ready to go. The actual timeline editing is where things become genuinely fun, moving beyond the setup phase. Vizard intelligently drops the AI voice onto the timeline and immediately suggests precise cut points where the video's energy spikes or where a crucial punchline is being delivered. While the AI does the lion's share of the heavy lifting, you always retain the full ability to manually split clips, nudge timings, and rearrange the sequence. It's particularly brilliant at finding that exact 0.8 to 1.5 second window that makes for the perfect attention-grabbing hook clip. I quickly trimmed my clips down to align perfectly with each script beat, ensuring a very quick product reveal sequence was established, followed by the model shot for essential context. Never underestimate the power of music selection. In Vizard, you have access to a curated library of tracks that are completely safe from any copyright claims. I simply typed in this mood, bright, energetic, and then auditioned a few different demos until I found the perfect sonic backdrop. Once added, you must pull the music track layer underneath the main voice layer and then immediately lower its overall volume considerably. Because the voice narration is always the star of the show, I adjusted the track end with a small fade out rather than letting it abruptly cut off. Those tiny audio fades might seem insignificant, but they are what ultimately lend a professional, polished feel to your entire piece of content. Here is where Vizard truly separates itself from almost every other automated editing solution on the market right now. While many apps offer some form of auto-cutting, a lot of them leave you with clips that feel random or require you to manually go in and adjust practically everything else. I appreciate that Vizard not only assists in pinpointing those potentially viral moments, but also provides the full suite of tools to schedule and manage the publishing process right there in one spot. You can clearly define your posting cadence, set the desired frequency, and even refine the caption copy specifically for each individual platform you are targeting. That unified approach is incredibly powerful when you are aiming for high consistency without having to fully transition into becoming a full-time content manager. I took a moment to add a quick headline card right into any empty visual gap I had on the timeline. Nothing complicated, just a bold phrase to really reinforce the main hook. Vizard's native text manipulation tools are surprisingly versatile, offering a great selection of fonts, sizing options, and neat animation presets. I positioned the headline carefully so it remained perfectly readable, even on the smallest mobile phone screens, and applied a subtle, smooth slide-in animation. Finally, with all elements in place, I just exported the final, high-quality vertical file ready for immediate queuing. One of the absolute biggest tangible benefits I discovered from adopting this specific workflow is the sheer, unbelievable speed of execution. Traditionally, you'd be looking at paying big money for a shoot, then babysitting a dedicated editor, or constantly juggling 6 different standalone apps to get this done. A lot of other so-called auto-editing solutions out there are either prohibitively expensive with their subscriptions, or they completely fail to offer native scheduling. That forces you into the tedious cycle of downloading every single file and then manually uploading it to Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts separately, which completely kills all momentum. Vizard keeps everything consolidated into one clean lane, create the assets, generate the clips, schedule them out, and publish them successfully. If your core mission is audience building, then that level of built-in automation is a massive time saver and a true multiplier for your potential growth. Now, for a quick dose of reality when comparing AI-only editors, some competitors are decent at basic cutting, but totally lack crucial nuance in their execution. They might take a 10-minute video and chop it into 30 sterile 60-second clips that are technically correct, but feel utterly random because they missed the real emotional beat. Vizard, conversely, seems to possess a superior understanding of context, prioritizing moments where your expression changes or where a key piece of information finally lands. That level of subtlety in the AI's decision-making process is the critical differentiator that actually impacts viewer retention metrics. Furthermore, for anyone operating within a team structure, the integrated content calendar makes any kind of collaboration incredibly simple and straightforward. You can easily assign tasks, reschedule assets, or edit the caption copy directly inside the platform without needing external emails or documents. So, to summarize the power, in roughly 30 to 45 minutes total, I secured a tight script, 2 high-quality synthetic video clips, an AI voiceover, background music, a sharp headline, and a fully scheduled publish plan. After that, it was just a matter of hitting export and queuing the entire batch up perfectly for immediate distribution across all my chosen channels. My final piece of advice is one that often gets ignored. Please, do not try to overproduce every single piece of content you release. The current internet environment strongly rewards content that feels authentic and is delivered with incredible speed and relevance. Use these AI tools to strategically amplify your quality, but resist the urge to over-polish everything to an unnatural degree. Quick, iterative tests followed by minor, fast tweaks are infinitely more valuable than struggling to launch one single cinematic masterpiece every 3 months. Vizard specifically enables you to run dozens of those small, insightful experiments without getting bogged down by the usual administrative overhead. To formally wrap this up, Here is the actual mini checklist I followed from start to finish for maximum output. Number 1. Always start with a short, incredibly tight script, because even a single killer line can unlock massive value. Number 2. Generate visuals using AI if you absolutely cannot shoot them yourself, but remember to be highly detailed in your initial prompts. Number 3. Use an image-to-video utility to quickly inject that essential layer of dynamic motion into your static frames. Number 4. Import everything into Vizard. Set your ratio. Add the AI voice and music, and let the platform suggest those smart, context-aware cuts. Number 5. Don't forget to strategically place that headline text wherever you need the maximum visual emphasis for the viewer. And finally, Number 6. Leverage Vizard's native content calendar to schedule the content immediately so you can maintain rock-solid consistency. Honestly, the absolute coolest feeling is stepping back and realizing you just created a piece that looks like it had a significant production budget, but it absolutely did not. You now have a compelling product story, a model, synthesized audio, and a perfectly edited clip, all generated from the comfort of your living room setup. If you want me to, I can actually share the exact wording of the prompts I used or the specific quick settings I applied inside Vizard in the next video. Alternatively, I could take one long video from a recent event and use it to build and schedule a full week's worth of social content so you never have to intervene again. So, tell me in the comments below, what incredibly powerful thing should I try to build using this AI-powered workflow next?